Hey everyone, welcome back to the Dev Show. Today I had the honor of interviewing Ed Asner. Ed has won 7 Emmys, which is the record for one man. He has 16 nominations. He's won 5 Golden Globes. He was the national president of the Screen Actors Guild. He was inducted into the TV Academy Hall of Fame in 1996. If you're young like me, you'll know him as the old man from Up or Santa Claus and Elf. And if you're like our parents' age, you'll know him from The Mary Tyler Moore Show, Lou Grant, and so on and so forth. He's been in tons of films. So welcome to the Dev Show, Ed Asner. Thank you for being here on the Dev Show. It's a pleasure. So let's just get started right off the bat. Your book. So you wrote a book in 2019 called "Son of a Junk Man," and I was wondering what prompted you to write your autobiography. What made you say, "Okay, I want to write my whole life"?
I know a few writers who are hounding me,
Right.
and contemporaries were coming out with their books, and I reached a certain age where they better get on the ball now, or you can forget about it. So it's a
Right.
combination of things.
Right. And so you've written in the past. Did you find it more challenging or less challenging when it's writing about yourself and your own experiences?
Well, having read it, I now shudder to think that this is the final product. I I see all the mistakes I made and would like to rectify in my second edition if there ever was one.
Right, yeah. And I don't know what you mean looking back and spotting things that you wish you would have done differently and stuff. Um, that can be that can be applied to a lot of things. In life itself, if you look back at your life, are you satisfied with the way things unfolded, or are there anything that you wish you could go back and redo? Places you could have
Always,
seen?
always want to go back, always want to redo,
Mm-hmm.
always want more, no matter the cost.
Right.
So,
Yeah, yeah. Um, and so I wanted to talk a little bit about the Ed Asner Family Center. A lot of people are aware of it. You guys have been doing some good things.
where
Some
are you, by the way?
I'm in Canada. I'm in Niagara Falls.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You're about as far as you can get.
yeah, yeah. It's just about a 15-minute walk down the street, and then you're there. Have you been to the
Hmm.
falls?
Hmm.
You've been, yeah, right on. Were you on the United States side or the Canada side?
I think both.
Both, yeah.
I think did both.
Right, right on. Cool.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, so I was just kind of gonna ask, do you get a lot of letters from supporters of the foundation? Do you get a lot of people reaching out?
No, not no. I
No?
don't. No.
Oh,
Um, I don't think enough people know about it yet. It's
right.
still young. Um, it's a family operation,
Mm-hmm.
so we don't have big bucks. Uh, the more we get it out there, I think the more response we'll get geometrically.
Right, absolutely. And so I wanted to also talk a little bit about Cobra Kai because that's your most recent kind of on-screen appearance. And uh, so, how did you go about getting that role in particular?
Well, I did the first show,
Right.
or the first two shows, and I guess they reverted to norm and came back to revisit with the third show.
Yeah.
Um, I was very surprised at the reaction it stirred into getting throughout the viewing community.
Hmm.
I was quite surprised and pleased, naturally. Anything
Yeah,
that shows I'm still alive is a pleasure.
right. Did you see the show? Did you watch any of it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What did you think of it?
Well, nice, but certainly unworthy of all the praise it was getting
Right.
in terms of my performance.
Oh, I mean, I think you did a great job. I think that whole show in itself is kind of, it's a challenge to revisit something like the Karate Kid franchise. Were you a
Mhm.
fan of the franchise when it came out?
Not really, no.
No.
You like Cobra
Yeah.
Kai?
I enjoy following the characters that you had from, you know, 20, 30 years ago, in the modern day. Definitely is cool.
How many episodes have been on?
Oh, I think there was 10 in each season, and so 3 seasons, so 30 episodes.
Hmm.
TV shows don't run like they used to, eh? Things are
Oh,
very short, 10
oh.
episodes, not very long spans. Um, I was gonna ask. I know you don't. You might not necessarily see a lot of today's cinema, but from what you do see of the movies that come out today or and around this era, what do you think of how it's progressed?
How what's progressed?
The way that people write movies now, a lot of things are
Mhm.
remakes and rebooted and redone, that sort of thing. Are you a fan of any of today's cinema?
I haven't been going lately at all.
I don't think
I
any of us have.
my hearing and my sight are dimmed, and I just don't have the enjoyment that I used to have.
Right.
I would rather concentrate intensely on a subject rather than be bombarded with multiple subjects.
Right. Yeah. I can see that. Yeah. Another thing that we like to touch on my show, just because my demographic of viewers are younger, we have a younger audience. You've kind of touched people from like the lives of like my parents all the way to the lives of kids like me, 17-year-olds, even younger with projects like Up. What do you have any advice, if you have any advice, for young actors pursuing the acting dream?
Well, I wonder. Uh,
Right.
First of all, these are, you know, grossly unusual times.
Mm-hmm.
The we seem to be shooting on the run at an accelerated gait, just to be sure we get it, so we can move on. Uh, Perseverance is always necessary, and it's necessary for the actor, for the director, um, and people are, I'd say, willing to accept less just so that they get the new product.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they seem to realize the impediments that are in the way, and as it to say, all right, well, yeah, forget about that. Move on and get to the point. Get to the point. And I think Cobra Kai is an example of that. Um, I um, I think that the pandemic is of such an enormity that what was it, a 1600s Journal of the Plague year, was it?
The
Uh,
Yeah, Long, yeah.
can
I don't know the
can
exact date, but the plague,
yeah,
yeah.
can almost rewrite that again.
In a
Journal
way,
of
right?
Plague Year. Yeah, and to to see how people are awestruck and blinded by the enormity of the or the intensity of the pressures that are bestowed upon us. I mean, I've been more or less a prisoner in the house for a year now.
Yep.
I'm I'm surprised I'm not crazier than I am.
Okay, so we were talking about the pandemic and how vast it is, and shocked by how vast it
I
is.
started to say, as someone wrote the Journal of a Plague Year, or whatever the book was, uh, it should be written about this plague year.
Right.
It's worthy of it.
For sure. It's definitely going to go down in history. I mean, it's
How we're
something
all
we,
affected.
yeah.
I get the feeling that if one believed in God, that it's a periodic house cleaning that God does, stretching the corset out to its length. So he wants to lessen the tension on the corset.
Yeah. I mean, that's a way to look at it for sure. And so, besides the COVID, I guess, what are you looking forward to doing anything once it's over? Do you think it will be over for good?
No, I think we'll be visited periodically just by the sheer number of people and the depredations we do in terms of environment,
Mm-hmm.
uh, breeding new diseases all the time. I think we'll be visited periodically. This house cleaning will take place periodically. Maybe eventually we'll get one that'll let us all out. I don't know.
Could be sooner than later. I mean, the way things are going, it's a scary kind of
Oh,
place, the world,
yeah.
for a lot of people. And I wanted to ask, on a lighter note, you've been around the world. You've seen a lot of places. Um, are there any places that if you could if you could go that you still want to see? Places you haven't
No,
been? No,
no,
no, right?
no.
Fair enough.
I I'm not physically capable of enjoying travel.
Right. Yeah.
Now, are you
I
on
mean,
the Canadian side or the American side?
I'm on the Canadian side.
And are
Yeah,
you Canadian?
I am. Yes, I
And
am.
who is Deb?
Who's Deb? I'm not sure.
What's the name of this show?
Which show?
We're
Is it a
on
Canadian show? Oh, the Dev show. The Dev show.
Dev,
Yeah, as in
DEV.
Devon. Yep.
Ah, I see. Forgive me.
No, no, no,
I
it's
was thinking
okay.
it was someone.
But I'm Devon. That's me.
There was a young lady that hidden from me that I hadn't met yet.
No, eh? Do you get a lot of press requests like this? A lot of people trying to interview you, talk to you?
No, I don't. Most people are interested. I'm. I'm just a bit of flotsam and jetsam floating through the the eye patch.
Right. And so I have a friend that actually sent you out some pictures to autograph, and I was reading online that you're one of the quickest responders when it comes to sending autographs out or pictures out to get autographed. Do you enjoy signing pictures for people?
No,
No.
but, uh, but I appreciate the effort that they put out.
Right.
And my daughter does the prep for me on all the pictures, so it makes the job easy. And I, it's my only way of connecting to fans.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Wow. Well, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about. We can talk a little bit more about your book if you'd like, because if somebody is looking to buy your book and doesn't really know much about it, like what can they find in it? Mostly stories, right, of your life.
I suppose,
Yeah,
Um,
stuff like that.
there's a term in Yiddish called schlepper, which is the average bumbling through life
Yeah.
person. Oh, you know it?
I don't know the term, but I know what you mean.
I regard myself as a schlepper,
Right.
and I've written a book featuring this schlepper, and Son of a Junkman is the appropriate title for it.
Right.
Um, all of us experience the adventure of life, some of us more intensely than others. And this is this is my opus.
Right. Cool. And so, if you were asked to return first this season 4, or if you've been asked to return, I don't want to do any spoilers, would you return to season 4 of Cobra Kai?
Oh yeah, it's a job.
Right.
I I dig work.
Yeah,
I
for sure.
I dig the money I get paid for work.
Yep.
So I need it
Yeah.
to keep the wheels of art moving. And
Yeah.
I well, the fascinating thing that's going on right now, besides the pandemic, is the passing of everybody connected to my life.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm now mourning the passing of my main producer on Mary Tyler Moore, Anna
Yeah.
Lou Grant, one of the two, Alan Burns by name, Cicely Tyson, I had passing relation with, um, and Cloris Leachman, who was
Yeah.
featured on Mary Tyler Moore, who was a great broad. And and Hal Holbrook, who
Just yesterday.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I was amazed that well, I should have realized he was, I think, a volunteer, a young draftee in World War II, and I should have realized that he was older slightly than I was.
Wow.
So they're getting bumped off all around me.
Yeah.
I'm making note of it.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably, I can only imagine how saddening it is. Just having to, just the other day put out a statement for about uh, someone, and then a statement about and the next person, and
Mhm.
just having to do it just all around you all the time, and
Yeah.
it's hard. I mean, I just imagine that it's hard. I'm still young, and I haven't really lost anybody yet, close to me, and I just, yeah, I empathize for you, for what's going on.
Well, they're going, and well, because we've reached the limit. Um, in my family, I was the youngest of five, and I'm the last one standing.
Right.
So it begins by losing your family, and then losing all of the non-family around them. and it gets tiresome. It it's a singular honor that I would rather not enjoy.
Right, absolutely. They're going to be remembered. What do you want people to remember about you and your friends and everybody that surrounds the Mary Tyler Moore show, the Lou Grant show, and uh, and all of that?
Well, we were productive. We we delivered. We proffered and prospered, and we uh,
Changed history.
oh, I don't know how much we changed history, but
Wrote it
we wrote it. Yeah, yeah.
in a way, you know. Golden age. It was a landmark time.
It is. It's our lifetime has been filled with lots of activity. A big world war and a depression and scientific advances and discoveries. It just won't stop.
And it's just getting faster, really. Um, so I don't know if you've pondered the question or been asked the question, but something that I think a lot of people think about is if you could go if you were in your own shoes at the beginning when things just started to take off or before things started to take off, like Johnny Cash says, if he would do it differently, live his life, and just do his own thing. Would you do that, or would you still continue to your activism and your
No,
acting?
no, no, no. I don't want to be normal. I want to be abnormal.
Right, that's the way to be.
I want to be the bump in the road. So so people will know that they rode over me. But I think when I think of the television that we have provided people, uh, I'm proud of it, both comedically and dramatically. I'm proud of it. You're about to enter college.
Well, I'm not entering college. I'm gonna. Well, the plan was to take the show around the world. Maybe not the whole world because I can't afford that, but take it to different events and conventions and red carpets and do all that interviewing, first-hand interviewing, talking, and trying to be a better interviewer than some of the interviewers that are out there and just provide good content. I wanted to follow that. It was looking 2020 was supposed to be the big year. I had so many things planned, and then it takes you back. It just took everybody back 5-10 steps and made you have to rethink everything. So college is out the door, but I could come back to it if I have to.
What led you to me?
Well, what I do
Cobra Kai?
basically is Cobra Kai. Well, like subliminally up first,
Mm.
and Alf. And when I seen you on Cobra Kai, and I was sending out my emails for interviews, and I emailed everybody from Cobra Kai, including yourself. They're bombarded with interviews, with
I know.
media. Yeah.
The latest rage. Well, I'm glad to be the ragged end, tail end of the latest rage. I've got another interview coming up in 5 minutes, so we've got to cut this short.
All right. Well, that sounds perfect to me. This was longer than I expected, and thank you for your time. Thank you for coming on the show.
Well, you're a good interviewer.
Thank
I
you.
enjoyed you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I enjoyed you too.
Thank you.
All right, Ed. Take care.
Good luck.
Thank you.